And welcome into the Denver Coliseum on CHSAA.TV. It's time for the 1A State Volleyball Championship between the number 1 seeded Weldon Valley Warriors, 27-2, the number 2 seeded Caliche Buffaloes, 21-7. I'm Ben Blecka, been the voice of 1A volleyball all weekend long. Heck, for the last 7 years, been sitting on this court watching lots of great volleyball. Michael Murphy coming on board to help us out here for this one, and this is a dandy of a matchup. The Weldon Valley Warriors, 2 losses on the season to Akron and Caliche. Caliche has 7 losses on the season to Fleming, to Akron, and to Weldon Valley.
Exactly.
Great matchup between these two, the 2-1 season series in favor of Weldon Valley, but the most recent matchup to Caliche. This is going to be a fun battle between the top 2 seeds in this one, and I'm looking forward to it.
Question in my mind, can the Caliche Buffaloes come back stamina-wise after going 5 with Otis just over an hour ago?
Yeah, just over an hour ago. I think the biggest thing for them in that regard, they have to step up and they have to get the first set in this matchup if they're going to have any chance on the momentum. Weldon Valley has a history of finding themselves in a rough patch when they get down early in matches. That's what they did to Akron. That's when they lost. That's what they did to Caliche. That's when they lost. And you put the Warriors down, you put them in a whole new ball of wax. These 2 teams last in a state championship game in 2000. Weldon Valley in 1A won it all. Caliche in 2A won it all. First time in 12 years they've been on this championship atmosphere.
In 2000, Caliche won it on this very court, on this end in 2000.
And a sophomore on the championship team was Kylie Marostica, who is now the assistant coach. Let's meet our starters for the matchup. For the visiting Caliche Buffaloes, they will start a 5'1 freshman, Jaden Lambrecht, a 5'4 senior, Hannah Yon, a 5'3 senior, Kaylee Lewis, a 5'5 sophomore, Rachel Edler, a 5'9 junior, Megan Pierce, and a 5'9 junior, Sammy Morgan. Taylor Weingart, a 5'2 junior, is their libero for head coach Jeanette Lambrecht. For head coach Jerry Spooner and the Weldon Valley Warriors, he will start a 5'6 senior, Morgan Norris, a 5'6 senior, Cassie Headley, a 6'2 senior, Kelsey Eskew, a 5'6 senior, Caitlin Staley, a 6-foot freshman, Brooklyn Krameyer, and a 5'6 senior, Rachel McCracken. Haley Cavelli, a 5'4 senior, is the libero. The Caliche Buffs will be in their black jerseys going left to right. The Weldon Valley Warriors in their blue jerseys going right to left as the teams meet at the net. And we are set to get this championship matchup underway.
I'm excited.
I'm going to have no voice left at the end.
No,
do not care.
We
don't
won't
need
care.
one.
We don't care.
Don't need one until next Saturday, 1 o'clock, when Fleming plays Eads for the 6-man state championship. CHSAA.TV, 104.7 King FM coverage on that one. Carrie Sherman will join me for that 6-man state championship.
Well, that'll be fun. They've blown everybody out all year.
Yes, they have. 62-8 today for the Fleming Wildcats. Weldon Valley virtually blown everybody out all year. Then Caliche upended them and said, whoa, wait a minute.
Exactly.
This one ain't done yet.
You go back to the old format, Weldon Valley's not here.
Yeah, you go back to the old format, Caliche doesn't get out of districts.
That's what I'm saying. Caliche doesn't get out of districts. They don't get out of regionals.
Neither team makes it to the state tournament in the old format. They're thankful for the new, playing for the championship. Rachel Edler with the serve, and our championship underway. Fielded by Haley Cavelli, back row, set up for Eskew. Boom! Down and in for a kill.
That didn't take long.
1-0 Weldon Valley, and Rachel McCracken will step back with the serve. McCracken will line it short, popped up on the front row by Edler. Set up by Lambrecht on the backside for Sammy Morgan. Hammer into the net, 2-0 Weldon Valley.
Well, we know that the Caliche Buffaloes can battle back.
Yeah, they did to Otis.
We've seen that.
Only team in 70 matches in this tournament to come back from an 0-2 deficit. McCracken lines her down the middle, fielded by Edler, back row, chased down by Weingart. And a free ball be played over. Ball checked up back row by McCracken. Set near side Headley. Line shot far side. Dug up back row by Edler. Shoots that far side. Yawn off the antenna. And out 3-0 Weldon Valley. Rachel McCracken will step back with the serve. She'll float it short. Drop it in for an ace. A timeout will be taken by Jeanette Lambrecht. She got down 4-0 against Otis in the semifinal. and took a timeout in set one as well.
You know, all our work here on the 1A championship court for CHSAA on TV, some of our sponsors, one of them, College in Colorado. Explore your career options in sport broadcasting, electrician, be a nurse, take a virtual campus tour of the college, and get financial aid information at collegeincolorado.org. That's collegeincolorado.org.
That was the shortest, most one-sided huddle I've ever seen.
Was there any talking going on by anybody but Coach Lambrick?
No, and there shouldn't have been. Back to serve will go Rachel McCracken, up 4-0. McCracken steps back and floats the ball short. Popped up on the front row by Lambrecht. Sammy Morgan will tip it far side. Kept up by Norris. Turn rifle back deep by Headley. Dug up back row by Edler. Set far side. Jan banged off the block of the net. Dug up back row by McCracken. Set up SQ. Boom!
Goes the dynamite. Wow.
5-0 Weldon Valley. McCracken.
Right now the seniors are having fun.
Line near side. Lift ball. Ace. 2 aces, 2 kills, 6 points, 6-0 lead for Weldon Valley. McCracken, high floater short, popped up by Edler on the front row. Lambrecht will set it up. Sammy Morgan down deep, 2 deep and out.
No touch. This is exactly what happened in the first set with Otis.
Looked a little shell-shocked, and they do here on the championship stage. McCracken steps back. She'll line it down the middle. Ball dug up high, back row by Weingart. Running bumps that far side. Jan. She'll punch it over in short. Checked up by Headley, back row. Norris shoots us at near side. Headley, big swing, down and in for a kill. The Weldon Valley Warriors are up 8-0 here in the championship game. And McCracken will line the serve into the net and give the first point to the the Caliche Buffs.
Cole Honstead just wanted to come through with a bunch of fist pumps. That was good, a little fist bump.
He and I have done that for all the championships
we've
done this year. Line serve down the middle, onto the back line, in for an ace by Jaden Lambrecht.
Gravity ball.
The freshman earns the first point of the match for the Caliche Buffs.
Haley Cavelli thought it was going to be out.
Line serve by Lambrecht down the middle, drops it in for another ace. Lambrecht will step back with the serve. She'll line it down the middle, popped up by Cavelli on the back row. Norris sets up far side. SQ too big and out. An 8-0 run by Weldon Valley to start the match, followed by so far a 4-0 run for Caliche. Lambrecht lines the ball near side, fielded by Headley off the back row. Bumped up Norris, near side Headley into the block of Taylor at the net. Up far side, joust won by SQ, popped up. Bumps that far side, Jan over the top of the block, popped up by Caitlin Staley, tipped back over by Norris. Lifted up high by Jan, backs it near side. Taylor pokes it into the block, kept up by Taylor. Lambrecht with the bump set far side, Sammy Morgan. Lines it deep, dug up back row by McCracken. Norris tips it over, checked up by Edler on the far side. Lambrecht set far side, Jan over the top of the block. Popped up by Headley at the 10-foot line. Norris back near side, Headley down in for a kill.
Wow. Breathe. Got it?
A little.
Okay.
Kendra Colson in on the front row for the Weldon Valley Warriors.
This is the matchup I'm going to look at right now. Cullison going to be maxed up on the front row here.
Line serve will be played deep. Popped up back row by Weingart. Jan will chase it down, and Taylor will bump it over. Popped up back row by Norris. Shoots that near side Headley with a big swing. Off the block and in for a kill. Cassie Headley with her third kill of the contest. She tallied up 12 earlier today against Fleming. She'll keep the serve with Morgan Norris. She had 5 in the match against Eads. Line serve deep by Norris. Dug up back row. Running bump set up by Lambrecht, and a free ball played deep by Jan. Dug up back row by McCracken. Norris will set it up for a back row swing. Headley off the block. Dug up far side by Jan. Set to Jan on the far post. Crawls the net cord. Dug up by Headley. Set up Norris. Back far side. Colson with the big swing. Down deep. Dug up backside by Weingart. Shoot set down the middle. Morgan big swing in the net on her swing.
Follow through took her into the net. Checking in for Sammy on the front line will be Nelson.
Jordan Nelson will check in. 11-4 Weldon Valley. Caliche's so deep, they can move players and not feel out of the realm of comfort. Short serve by Norris, drop down and in for an ace. Sammy Morgan would appeal back and played that ball with Nelson in. They changed their defense. Edler didn't step up. 12-4. Norris will line shot down the far side, fielded by Weingart. Lambrecht sets for Jan, middle swing for the lefty off the block, down and in for a kill.
To go back to what you were saying, you said before the start of this, one of the best persons at calling serves, and look what he's done so far.
On to serve will come Shaylin Johnson on the back row.
By the way, I like sitting on the couch here.
It's very comfortable. It's been nice calling volleyball from a couch at the Denver Coliseum. Line serve down the middle, popped up high, back set for Eskew into the block, winged out front row. Headley frees it clear. Checked up by Lambrecht. Taylor will turn, pop it off the block. Dug up by Norris. Headley will turn. Heimer at far side, too wide now. 12-6. Weldon Valley with the lead. Shaylin Johnson continues with the serve. Shaylin will turn. She'll line the ball. Short ball popped up. Norris will back set far side. Eskew with the attack. Headley into the stuff of Megan Pierce.
Was that Megatron?
That is Megatron. She gets the kill. I don't know if she'd like me calling her that, but that's what her dad calls her. Line serve down the middle, popped up by Cavelli back row, set onto the near side, and the swing by Cullison into the block of Taylor at the net and down. Caliche within 4. Shaylin Johnson back with the serve. She'll fly it deep, popped up back row by McCracken. Norris back set, Eskew, big swing, missed the back line. Caliche within 3 here in set 1. Timeout will be taken by Weldon Valley.
Our work here on the 1A championship court brought to you by Crop Production Services. Crop Production Services wants to wish all our athletes good luck, pursuit of state championships. Remember, Crop Production Services for all your fertilizer, chemical, and seed needs. Hey, you want to check out all the scores today? We had some amazing matches. There's some great football games around the state. Just click on to ColoradoPreps.com. And speaking of Colorado Preps, there's a whole show going on today. I don't know if he's on tonight. He was on all day today.
It was on this afternoon after the football games, and then Kevin Schaefer's en route here to help us tear things down here at the Denver Coliseum from the video.
Colorado Preps, just a great place to get anything you need. Prep. Sports.
I believe this is year 10 of the Colorado Preps Network.
Wow.
Shaylin Johnson back to serve. 12-9 Weldon Valley. And the line serve will be popped far side by McCracken. Short set and the tip over by Eskew, down and in for a kill, will end the run.
You know, I've seen a lot of volleyball this year. I haven't seen a lot of girls that can take that quick set as well as Eskew can and do something with it.
She'll give herself the serve. Ball line down the far side, dug up by Shaylin Johnson, back row. Set over onto the far post, the attack, Pierce off the block of the net. Dug up back row by McCracken. Shoots at near side, Headley off the block, dug out but not cleanly. Cassie Headley has 4 kills for the Weldon Valley Warriors. I know who my MVP is if Weldon Valley wins this tournament.
You think so?
That's who I vote for MVP. Line serve deep by Eskew. It was going out, and Shaylin Johnson played it. An ace for Kelsey Eskew, number 4 for Weldon Valley.
I can still hear Coach Beardsley when she was at Marino yelling, "Court awareness."
That's what Coach Lambrecht is yelling in the timeout, her second timeout. Around the court, Simla on top of Lutheran 19-12 in set 1. Valley on top of Gunnison 18-9 in set 1 on court 3. It is 19-15 Cheyenne Mountain on top of Lewis Palmer on court 4 and 15-13 Doherty on top of Grandview on court 5. All the matches seen where? CHSAA TV.
CHSAA TV, one of our sponsors, Bank of Colorado, a bank with community ties, competitive rates, personal local service, and locations throughout the state. That's the Bank of Colorado.
Kelsey Eskew with the serve for Weldon Valley. On the near side, out of the second Caliche timeout. We played 26 points, had 3 timeouts. Eskew will line the ball far side, fielded by Edler back row. Shoots that far side. Pierce off the block, popped up on the front row. Set back Pierce, far side. She'll go over the block this time, down the line. Dug out by McCracken. Norris near side Headley. Big swing off the block. Chased down by Johnson back row. Set up far side. Yon with the flat free. Played short. Checked up by SQ. Norris short set. Krameyer pancaked out by Lambrecht. And a punch free deep by Shaylin Johnson. Back set far side. Cullison. Big swing deep. Too deep and out.
As shown by Coach Lambrecht. You're right. Both of these coaches very animated and fun to watch.
Line serve for Annie Yon down 15-10. Popped up by Haley Cavelli back row. Set far side. Headley big swing. Dug up back row by Lambrecht and a free ball over by Jaden. Deep chased down by McCracken near the back line. Back near post. Headley big swing deep. Too deep and out. Got the tip off the back line, so Cassie Headley gets her 5th kill. The judge on the Warrior side said tip. 16-10 Weldon Valley. Headley gets a serve. She'll top it short. Popped up back row by Hannah Yon. Set far side. Edler into the block of Krameyer. Winged over by Pierce. Popped up back row. Shoots that near side attack. McCracken far side. Dug up back row. Running bump set and the free ball be played. Short down and in for a kill by Pierce. Caliche has 11 points. 2 aces, 2 stop blocks, 2 kills. Weldon Valley has 16 points. 8 kills. 4 aces.
Wow.
4 giveaway points by Caliche, 5 by Weldon Valley. Line down the middle, popped up back row, short set Krameyer, blocked by Pierce to the net. Set back near side, McCracken with a swing, deep and in for a kill. Her first of the contest.
The seniors are showing up right now.
Cullison back with a serve, played short. Checked up back row, bumps that up, far side Edler. She'll punch it short, checked up on the far side. Shoots that near side, big swing, McCracken, back-to-back kills. 18-11 Warriors.
Lambrecht doesn't have another timeout.
Line serve, Cullison, far side, popped up by Shaylin Johnson. Lambrecht sets far side, Edler off the block, dug up by Cavelli back row. Set on Norris, onto the near side, McCracken. How about 3 straight kills?
You know that Taylor Swift song?
She's so mean.
She is mean.
19-11 Weldon Valley. Cullison will float it short, popped up back row by Lewis. Lambrecht sets down the middle, Pierce, swings it through the block, dug up by Cullison back row. Set Norris, near side, McCracken is at 4.
Oh,
dug out by
almost.
Lambrecht, popped up back row by Yon and a free ball played over. Checked up far side by Headley. Norris will shoot it off near side, McCracken, big swing. Missed the line, far side.
Barely.
Caitlin Staley will check on for the Weldon Valley Warriors and Sammy Morgan for the Caliche Buffaloes. Set number 1 of the 1A championship, 19-12 Weldon Valley. 4th matchup of the season between these teams. Served by Weingart down the far side, misplayed, that's an ace. Taylor Weingart with the 3rd Buff ace. Weingart.
We got something on the floor. Line judge picks it up, put it in his pocket. We're ready to go.
She'll line the serve down the middle, popped up back row by McCracken. Set to McCracken near side, flat down the line. Ball kept up, and a free ball cleared over by Weingart. Checked up by Headley. Tips that over by Norris. Dug out front row Lambrecht. Morgan set Edler. Tip off the block. Popped up by Norris, and under the net went Edler on her swing.
Wow. Doing okay over there?
I'll live. I only have 4 more sets.
There you go.
20-13. Cavelli on the near side. Topped onto the far line. Popped up by Yon. Set up over far side for Morgan. Down the line she'll go. Sammy Morgan drops it in for a kill. Her first of the contest.
Back to within 6 again.
Rachel Edler will step back and serve. Edler lines it down the far side. Popped up back row by Cavelli. Set up for Eskew. 2 wide and out. 7 giveaway points now for Weldon Valley in this match. Edler lines it far side. Popped up back row by Cavelli. Norris back set for McCracken. Tipped into the block of Sammy Morgan at the net and down.
She had 10 or 11 against Otis.
11. Lead cut down to 4. She's got, I believe, 20 stop blocks in this tournament. Line serve far side, popped up back row by McCracken. Set for Eskew, ain't gonna stop block that.
No.
She gets kill number 4 and puts her team up by 5 here in set 1. Line serve deep, 2 deep and out for McCracken. Taylor in on the front row as Jaden Lambrecht will step back and serve for the Caliche Buffs. Lambrecht lines it near side, dug up back row by Headley. Norris with a running bump near side. Headley through the block, down and in for a kill. That's 6.
Wow. Cullison going to check back in on the front line for Weldon Valley.
Morgan Norris steps back with the serve. Norris floats it short, drops it in for an ace, her second.
How many?
5 aces in this first set. 23-17.
They're pointing out Simla took set 1 from Lutheran.
Line by Norris down the near side. Popped up back row by Edler. Set it over and Taylor will punch it into the block. Down and in for a kill. Jess Taylor with her first kill of the contest. Simla took the first set off Lutheran 25-22 on the 2A court. Valley won the first set on the 3A court. Line served by Sammy Morgan near side. Dug up back row by McCracken. Norris in the net on her set. And Caliche within 4 as Sammy Morgan will serve again.
And Doherty takes the first set on court 5, 25-17.
And it looks like Cheyenne Mountain just took first set on the other court too. Line serve down the far side. Popped up back row. Set it up. Tip over Eskew down and in. We're to set point here in the first on court 1. Weldon Valley at 24-19. Kelsey Eskew with the serve. Eskew floats the ball short. Dug up by Sammy Morgan. Taylor will set it up and a free ball by Edler. Play deep. Checked up by Eskew. Norris set near side. Headley. Big swing off the block. Stuffed back by Megan Pierce. Still set point for Weldon Valley. Caliche faced 24-20 and came back and won 33-33 against Stratton. Serve from Yon deep, fielded by Cavelli, bump up high. Cullison will tip it far side, checked up by Edler. Lambrecht back set near side, Taylor arcing deep, dug up back row by Norris. Cullison chased it down, at the net, the punch free by Headley, far side. Popped up by Edler, set back to Edler on the far line. She'll bang it into the block of Brooklyn Krameyer, and Weldon Valley takes set 1, 25-20. Set 2 of the 1A State Volleyball Championship coming up next at the Denver Coliseum. Haley Cavelli will start with the serve in the second set. Weldon Valley up 1-0 on the Caliche bus here in the 1A State Volleyball Championship. I'm Ben Blecka alongside Michael Murphy. Haley Cavelli will step back from the far corner and put the big top down the far line. Picked up by Edler. Back row for Caliche. Sammy Morgan will clip the net cord, and it drops in for a kill to kick things off here in the second.
I've said this throughout the tournament. You can't defend that.
No, you can, especially as hard as both these teams hit. You're back defensively. Just can't stop it. Line serve by Lambrecht down the middle. Popped up by Cavelli. Set up for a backswing from McCracken. Dug by Edler. Over block. Back down by McCracken. Set, and Morgan will be swatted into the block at the net of Kelsey Eskew, and she gets a stop block to tie it at 1.
I'm thinking parachute pants.
Yes. McCracken back to serve. Line far side, popped up by Edler in the net, kept up by Lambrecht, and a free ball over by Yon. Checked up by Staley, set up for Eskew. Boom, down and in, 6 kill.
She just takes that short, quick set so well. Timing is really good on that.
Line serve down the near side, dropped it in for an ace for the Weldon Valley Warriors. Did Rachel McCracken her third of the match.
Been watching a lot of volleyball this weekend. She has one of the better serves on any court.
McCracken lines it, clips the net cord, popped up by Jan back row. Lambrecht backs that far side. Sammy Morgan crawls the net cord. It does a Tony Hawk grind into the antenna.
All the way down, right at us.
I don't know. Hawk wasn't very good at grinding. Bob Bloomquist. There we go.
Okay, we'll go with Bloomquist. I like it.
Short serve floated by McCracken. Popped up back row. Shoots that near side. Taylor will turn and hammer it far side. Ball popped up high by Headley. Back to Headley far side. Down the line. Dug up by Weingart. Chased down by Lambrecht. And a tip over by Sammy Morgan. Popped up by Norris. Far side Headley. Blocked back by Taylor. Winged over by Cavelli. Set from Lambrecht onto the near side. Yon. She'll punch it far side. Popped up by Headley. Cavelli chases it down in a flat free play deep by McCracken. Dug up back row by Weingart. Set near side and at the net. The set too close to the net. And it's 5-1 Weldon Valley here in the second. McCracken back to serve, line near side. Popped up back row by Jan. Swung deep by Taylor. Dug out back row. Set for Eskew. Her big swing deep. Dug up back row by Weingart. Running bump set up in the near side. Jan swing far side down and in for a kill. Hannah Jan with her second kill of the contest. Hands the serve to Sammy Morgan. Morgan lines the ball down the middle. Popped up by Cavelli. Back row. Set up for Headley. Big swing. Down and in for a kill.
Is that 7 or 8?
That's 7.
Wow.
Cassie Headley is the outside 2 on this team.
Right.
She gets about half as many swings a game as Rachel McCracken does, but when you're putting the ball down like that, why mess with a good thing?
No.
Morgan Norris with the serve up 6-2. Line down the middle, dropped it in for an ace.
Did you see that knuckleball?
Her third ace of the match, 7th of the team.
Did you see that knuckleball?
Yeah.
That was a floater that just came across, moved, and dropped.
R.A. Dickey ain't got nothing on Morgan Norris.
Nope.
Floater near side, ball popped up back row by Edler. Back set far side, and the tip attack down the line by Jan. Popped up by Cavelli. Set far side, Headley will float it into the block, and Megatron at the net and down, her third.
Caliche back to within 4.
If you were to say one team would have a 5-2 stop block advantage at this point, you'd think Weldon Valley. Wrong.
Yes.
Jan with the serve down the middle. Ball short set. Eskew will hammer it deep. Dug up back row by Jan. Lambrecht, 2-hit violation on the back pedal. Caliche's out blocking Weldon Valley. Weldon Valley's out digging Caliche. That's not the MO of these two teams.
That's not what we just said earlier.
Weldon Valley up 8-3. Eskew with the serve. Far side. Fielded back row. Bump set up and a flat free will be played over by Edler. Outside the antenna. 9-3 Warriors. Timeout will be taken by Jeanette Lambrecht.
Our production here on the 1A court on CHSAA.TV brought to you by Adams State University, celebrating the diversity of student population, academic excellence, and academic success. ASU focused on treating each student as a unique individual with the potential of positively contributing to their community, their nation, and their world. For more information, visit adams.edu. That's adams.edu.
two great fan bases. A lot of people came out from both of these programs. And, well, that's what you like about this. There's great fan bases all the way around the ball.
I'm kind of partial to the orange cowboy hats on the far end.
Yeah, Lewis Palmer's got a nice fan base. So does Doherty.
Well, Doherty, every time Doherty scores, you know it. Like right now.
They're a little further away from us right now. We can't hear them.
See the white towels are waving.
Line serve by Eskew short, popped up by Jan, set for Edler. She'll flutter it deep.
Got it.
Dropped it in on the back line.
That definitely was gravity.
That's Edler's first kill of the contest. Kaylee Lewis will come in after Edler tallied 13 against Otis in the 5-setter. Kaylee Lewis will step back to serve. Lewis lines the ball down the middle. Ball popped up back row by Headley. Norris will set for Headley near side, off the block, and down.
That's 8.
Lead is 6, and Cassie Headley will hand herself the serve. Headley lines the ball down the middle, popped up back row by Jan. Shoots that near side. Edler off the block of Coliseum, popped up by Headley. Norris sets it short for Krameyer.
Oh my gosh.
And she dropped it in.
That was insane. The one-handed tip set off the net. That was insane.
They're warriors, that's for sure. Headley will line it deep, popped up back row by Jan. Set onto the near side. Edler will turn. She'll flutter it over the block. Popped up by McCracken. Back set near side Cullison. Tipped over the block. Popped up by Lambrecht. Bump set up by Edler. The attack by Pierce on the far side. Dug up back row. Set for a back row swing from McCracken down the line, too wide now. What Weldon Valley has done is Headley is now playing 0-1 and McCracken's playing 0-2. She's paired up with Krameyer.
Yep.
Headley's paired up. That was, I think, done to give McCracken some better swings and give a better block in front of her, or a lesser block, I guess, if you will. But Sammy Morgan is trying to block her, cannot, and McCracken puts it down and in for a kill. Her fourth.
They're pulling away, 12-5.
Up 1-0 is Weldon Valley. Cullison. Shaylin Johnson going to come on for Hannah Yon. Line serve short, popped up back row by Kaylee Lewis. Set near side, Sammy Morgan, big swing far side, too wide now. Weldon Valley up 13-5.
Weldon Valley just looks fresher. They just look more fresh. I mean, these guys are tired.
Lewis fields the serve, back row, the attack from Edler, knocked off the block, down and in for a kill. Rachel Edler picking up her second kill of the contest.
I mean, Caliche battling their hearts out right now, but physically they just, that battle with Otis took a lot out of them.
It definitely did. Edler will step back and take the serve. Line down the far side, popped up by Cavelli. Norris will set it up, big swing, McCracken crawls the net cord, gets it to drop. That's her fifth kill. Back onto the floor will come Hannah Yon as Shaylin Johnson's rotated to the front row. Cavelli back with the serve. She'll top it deep, dug up back row by Edler. Lambrecht will set near side, banged off the block at the net by Yon. Back set far side, Sammy Morgan will hammer it into the net. Weldon Valley's up by 9 here in the second. Haley Cavelli with the serve, big top, dropped it on the back line for an ace. Her first ace, the team's 8th. And the serve from Cavelli short, popped up by Weingart back row. Set near side, Hannah Yon, the southpaw off the block, winged out front row by Eskew. And a free ball under the net by Cavelli. Onto the floor will come Jess Taylor. Jaden Lambrecht will have the serve. Lambrecht lines the ball down the middle, fielded by Cavelli back row. Norris shoots it off far side, off the block, down and in for a kill for Kelsey Eskew.
And, you know, you got to say something about the quality of the sets. that Norris is putting up there for them.
She's been a phenomenal setter for 4 years. Has not missed a match for Weldon Valley. Short serve for McCracken. Ball popped up back row, set near side. Big attack off the block from Taylor. Norris will set far side. Headley trying to fly it. Does. Over the net. And everybody on the front row for Caliche watched it drop.
They bought a ticket.
Onto the front row will come Jordan Nelson for Sammy Morgan.
I don't even know how to explain that last one.
Headley was just freeing it and everybody watched it fall. McCracken up 18-7. Will line the serve down the middle. Too big and out. Jordan Nelson will take the serve, the freshman. Lines it deep, popped up by Cavelli near the back line. Norris sets it up. Headley off the block, popped up by Lambrecht. Taylor will turn. She'll set down the middle for Pierce. Off the block of Eskew. Popped up high. Taylor will push it over the block. Kept up by Norris. Eskew down the middle. Frees it deep and into the corner for a kill. Kendra Cullison going to check on as Morgan Norris takes a serve. 19-8 here in the second. Norris floats it far side. Popped up by Hannah Yon. Back set for Yon on the far post. She'll punch it outside the antenna. And the hitting arrow make it 20-8. Morgan Norris will step back with the serve. She'll line it down the near side. Fielded by Rachel Edler, back row. Lambrecht will set it up. Pierce with the block at the net from Eskew. Kept up by Caliche. Back to Pierce again. Again blocked by Eskew. Kept up far side. Eskew will hammer it. Blocked by Pierce. Bumped up by Norris. Far side Headley will fly it to the back corner. Dug up back row by Edler. Set onto the near side. And the swing by Yon hammered into the net.
Wow. Jerry Spooner very excited coming up to the front line, talking to his front row, telling them they did a great job. Blackjack on the scoreboard for Weldon Valley, 21-8.
Norris lines her far side, popped up by Yon back row. Lambrecht will set it down the middle. Taylor off the block of the net. Ball punched up high, bumped up by Edler. Shoot set down the middle for Pierce. She'll arc it deep. Dug up by Cavelli on the back row. Set Norris far side. Headley big swing near side. Dug up. And in the net was Caliche. Just Taylor to make it 22-8. Morgan Norris back to serve. Norris floats the ball short, popped up by Nelson back row. Set near side. Pierce with a big swing through the block, down and in for a kill. Her second. Cassie Headley has 9 kills herself. Caliche has 9 as a team. Hannah Yon lines the serve far side, fielded by Cavelli back row. Norris backs at Cassie Headley with the swing arc deep. Dug up back row by Lambrecht, bumped up, and a free ball be played over by Edler. Shoot set near side, SQ tip near side. Edler getting up off the floor, pops it up, back to Edler near line. She'll bang it off the block, kept up by SQ. Set up McCracken, far side Headley. She'll arc it deep, dug up by Yon back row. Lambrecht sets it up, Megan Pierce with a big swing, far side, dug up by Cavelli back row. Blocked down, winged up, lift ball.
She tried to wing it, got it caught between her body and that elbow. And that's where you get the lift ball. 22-10, Weldon Valley trying to close this out on this second set. Caliche saying, nah, well, let's fight a little harder.
Yon will line it short, drop it in for an ace. Hannah Yon comes up with a 4th ace for the Caliche Buffs. And Yon will step back with a serve again. She'll line it deep, popped up back row by Headley. Set up in the attack from Eskew. Popped up by Lambrecht. Tipped by Pierce into the block of Eskew. Taylor and Lambrecht getting tangled up with one another. I think that ball was kept up by Lambrecht's face.
It was right in the throat area, throat and face.
23-11. Eskew back to serve. She'll line down the middle. Popped up back row. Bumped up near side, and the attack will be tipped over. Ball popped far side by Headley. Set over by Norris. Winged up on the front row. Nelson, then a free ball over by Lambrecht. Popped up by McCracken. Short set Krameyer. Blocked by Nelson. Or pardon me, blocked by Megan Pierce. Her 4th stop block.
Taylor will check out. coming in to serve for her will be Caliche.
Kaylee Lewis, one of two playing seniors. She'll line it deep, 2 deep and out. Set point at 24-12. Cassie Headley will step back to serve. She'll line it down the middle, popped up high, back row by Yon. Set on the near side, Edler tips it over the block, popped up by Norris. Collison, far side, McCracken, big swing deep, dug up by Yon, back row. Lambrecht will set in a punch over by Pierce, checked up by Collison, front row. Norris will set far side, McCracken, down the line, dug up, into the net, kill. Rachel McCracken's 6th kill of the contest, 25-12. The Weldon Valley Warriors win the second. Third coming up next. Could Weldon Valley win in a sweep at the 1A state championship at the Denver Coliseum? Rachel Edler with the serve to start things off here in the third set. Caliche down 2-0 to Weldon Valley. They'll try and pull off the same feat they did in the semifinals, coming from a 2-0 hole. Free ball played over by Haley Cavelli, set far side. Hannah Yon with the big swing deep. Dug up back row by Haley Cavelli. Set by Norris onto the near side. McCracken, big swing, missed the back line. And the Buffs take the first point. I'm Deb Lecca alongside Michael Murphy, Denver Coliseum. 25-20, 25-12, Weldon Valley dominant.
They're dominant. They look fresh. Unfortunately, the Buffs look a little tired coming off that 5-setter with Otis.
Morgan Norris will set the ball near side. McCracken into the net. No, it was off the block and then over the block, down and in for a kill. Rachel McCracken picks up her 7th kill of the contest. The first one did not look like it hit the block, but the official said it did.
Coach Spooner handing out gum to his girls over here.
1-all.
Going down handing out sticks of gum.
McCracken will line the ball far side. Popped up by Lewis. Back row. Lambrecht will set for Yon on the far side. Into the block of the net. Ball popped up. Edler will set it up, and Yon will turn and be blocked again by Eskew. Blocked again by Eskew is the tip attack from Lambrecht, and Eskew with her 2nd stop block makes it 2-1 Weldon Valley. It's been since 2000 since the Warriors won the title. Been since 2000 since they played for it. Line serve deep, 2 deep and out from McCracken. These seniors were 6.
6 years old. That's wild.
Jaden Lambrecht was 2 the last time Caliche went to state, or played in the state championship. Line down the middle, she gets her serve. Set for Headley, she'll tip it over far side. Ball popped up back row, set it up for Taylor. Her swing through the block of the net, one back over by Cavelli. Set up on the far side, Jan with the swing off the block of SQ. Ball popped up high, set up near side, and Taylor will play it deep. Popped up by Cavelli, back row. Norris will set it up. Big swing, SQ off the block, popped out of the net, kept in play, but a free ball not going to get over.
All of that because of a diving one-handed save by Cavelli in the middle of the floor. Kept it alive.
Morgan Norris will step back and serve. That shows you the caliber of libero she is.
Wow.
And this may be her last match ever. Line down the middle, ball popped up back row. Set onto the far side, and Taylor will turn and hammer it deep, 2 deep and out. Morgan Norris steps back to serve for 2 here in the third. Line serve down the middle. Ball popped up back row by Weingart. Set it up for Taylor. Taylor with the big swing, hammered into the net. And a 5-2 Weldon Valley lead. Morgan Norris lines it down the middle. Ball dug up back row by Weingart. Bumped up high, and a free ball played by Sammy Morgan. Carried over. 6-2 Weldon Valley. Timeout Caliche.
Timeout by Caliche, trailing 6-2. And our timeout's brought to you by the Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance. They're supporting our work here on the 1A court with CHSAA.TV. People count on Farm Bureau Insurance for quality products, fast, fair claim service, and insurance coverage that makes sense. That means you get the protection you need along with some of the best discounts available. People from every walk of life depend on Farm Bureau Insurance, and you can too. Colorado Farm Bureau Insurance, get real coverage.
Caliche and Weldon Valley have both been victims of the tough 1A District 4 over the last number of years because only 2 teams got out. This year, 3 got out. Caliche was team number 3. The regional round, you were allowed 4 wild cards. Weldon Valley got into the state tournament because they got beat by Caliche and got a wild card. Line serve into the net by Morgan Norris. So the new formation are in effect fully here on the 1A court as Sammy Morgan will step back and serve. She'll line it deep, popped up back row by Rachel McCracken. Norris gives it up, and the block at the net by Pierce off of the SQ attack, and in the net was Pierce.
She got called in the net, and SQ going to get the serve.
7-3 Weldon Valley. She'll line the ball far side, dug up back row by Edler. Set down the middle, Taylor will hammer it deep, dug up back row by Norris. Back set near side, and a free ball played over by SQ. Dug up back row by Edler. Landbrecht will set far side, Jan. Big swing near side, down and in for a kill.
I would really like to see the Buffs put some great effort here in this set.
Line served by Jan down the middle, popped up back row. Set far side, Cassie Headley off the block. Dug up back row by Lambrecht. Taylor keeping it in play, frees it over to Kendra Cullison, who hammers it down and in for a kill. The Weldon Valley Warriors have won 59 points, 39 of their own accord. Caliche's given them 20 points in this match.
Well, part of that's the fatigue factor, too.
It definitely is. Line served by Headley near side, popped up by Taylor back row. Set down the middle, Pierce with the swing over the top of the block, dug up by McCracken. Set for McCracken, big swing off the block, down and in for a kill. She picks up her 8th kill of the contest. Headley with 9, SQ and McCracken with 8. Three-headed monster, anyone?
Yeah.
Headley will line the serve into the net. In turn, Caliche has 20 points of their own accord on the 37 they've earned. 17 giveaways by Weldon Valley.
Kaylee Lewis in to serve for Taylor.
Ball popped up back row by McCracken. Short set, Krameyer, the freshman off the block, popped up. Lambrecht will back set for Pierce. She'll line it far side, dug up back row by Norris. Cullison setting near side. Punch over by McCracken. Dug up by Edler, back to Edler on the far post. She'll hammer it down the line, block back, popped up high. Back set near side, Pierce over the block, dug up back row by Norris. Headley will set near side, free ball be played over by McCracken. Ball dug up high, back row, and the set far side. The attack by Edler down and in for a kill. Lewis will line the ball down the near side, popped up high back row. Set it up for McCracken, big swing deep, 2 deep and out. Caliche back within 2 here in the third. Timeout by Weldon Valley. Run around the courts real quickly here. 1-1 between Lutheran and Simla on the 2A court. 2-0 Valley on top of Gunnison on the 3A court. 1-1 between Cheyenne Mountain and Lewis Palmer on the 4A court. And 2-0 Doherty over Grandview on the 5A court.
And here we're setting it 2-0 with Weldon Valley on top, and Weldon Valley on top 9-7 here in set number 3. And Coach Jerry Spooner trying to get his Warriors to settle down here a little bit as the Caliche Buffaloes have cut it to 2. And if you want to know any of the scores around the state today, football, anything to do with preps, just log on to ColoradoPreps.com. You can see that Fleming Wildcats will be hosting a state championship in 6A in 6-man football next weekend.
Yes, they will. Buffs will have the serve out of the Warrior timeout, down by 2 here in the third. Back to serve goes Kaylee Lewis. She'll line it near side, popped up by McCracken, back row, back set far side, Cullison off the block of the net. Dug up back row by Sammy Morgan. Set far side, the attack by Edler over the top of the block, clipped the net cord, and was a trouble playing Edler with her 4th kill. Coming into the state tournament, the leading attacker on the Caliche team was averaging 6.5 kills per match. They had a lot of great weapons, a lot of great defense. They're doing about the same thing here in the championship. Fly serve, far side, popped up back row, set up for Edler. Her attack off the block and gets the kill. Edler now with 5. 9-9 goes the score. Kaylee Lewis will fly the serve near side. Popped up back row by McCracken. Norris sets it over and finds a hole and puts it in. Her first of the contest.
Wow. One.
One.
How many assists? A gazillion. Priceless. That whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cullison will line it short. Popped up back row by Morgan. Set for Pierce. Her big attack hammered off the block. Kept up on the Caliche side. Free ball played over by Pierce. Checked up back row by Hadley. Norris will set it near side. McCracken tipped down the line and in for a kill.
Taylor Swift, I'm telling you. She's so mean.
9 kills, tied for the match high for Rachel McCracken. And back to serve goes Kendra Cullison. She'll line it far side. Ball dug up back row. Short set, and Pierce with the big swing down and in for the kill. Megan Pierce with her 3rd of the contest. Gets the lead back down to 1.
.14 serving over there. Her name is Kavachkov.
Line serve down the far side, bumped up high by Norris. Morgan will pop it up, and the line set back down the middle for Morgan. Her attack dug up by Cavelli back row. Norris to Krameyer, short punch. Popped up Lewis will set far side Edler. Big swing deep, dug up by Cavelli back row. Set near side McCracken. Big line deep, down and in for a kill. She's got 10. Haley Cavelli will take the serve. The senior libero up 12-10. Top spin far side, dug up by Kaylee Lewis, back row, back set near side, Edler off the net cord, popped up by Cavelli. Norris will set back near side, McCracken, big hop net cord, drop kill 11.
Wow. This was tied just a few seconds ago.
And then Rachel McCracken happened.
Exactly. She's so mean.
Line serve far side from Cavelli, dug up by Yon back row. Set far side, Morgan down the line, dug up by McCracken. Norris will short it up for Eskew, hit it into the stuff block of Sammy Morgan. She gets her 2nd stuff block. Easiest stuff block she's gotten in the tournament. Edler will step back and serve. Rachel will line it down the middle, popped up by Cavelli back row. Norris to Eskew, hops the net cord, puts it down and in for a kill. She didn't miss that one, she's got 9. McCracken will step back and line it short. Popped up by Edler back row. Set up on the far side. Big swing. Morgan off the block. Popped up high. Tipped back over by Morgan. Popped up by Norris. Chased down and a free ball be played over by Eskew. Checked up far side by Morgan. Shoots set far side. Jan with a big swing down the line. Dug up back row by McCracken. Caliche chased it down and Headley will free it over. Popped up at the 10-foot line by Sammy Morgan. Short set for Morgan. She punches it and ends up in the net. And Weldon Valley goes up 15-11. 10 points away for their first championship since 2000. McCracken asking who's supposed to be serving.
Lineup check.
She is supposed to be serving. And she'll take that serve. Short serve, floated, popped up front row. Morgan set far side. Jan with a big swing off the block. Popped up by Jan. Morgan will turn, punch it far line. Dropped it in for a kill.
Nice play as Taylor going to check back in on the front line.
Jaden Lambrecht will go back with the serve. Lambrecht lines the ball far side, fielded by Haley Cavelli. Norris will set near side. Headley, line far side. Diving dig out by Weingart. Right to Eskew. Dumped down.
You know, that's the catch-22. You make a diving dig to keep it off the back line, and you overpass it right into Eskew's wheelhouse.
Timeout will be taken by Caliche. Rachel McCracken has 11. Kelsey Eskew has 10. Cassie Headley has 9. And Weldon Valley is 9 away from their first championship since 2000.
I'm not sure we saw this the way, going exactly this way, but then you have to figure in that Caliche's been on the floor all day today.
Yeah.
They had a match early this morning against was it?
It was Stratton.
Stratton.
It started about 12:45, and it was almost 2:30 before it got done. They had a little bit of time off when Weldon Valley and Fleming played. Then they played an almost two-hour match against Otis to get here with about 40 minutes off.
Yeah, they've been on the floor a lot today.
And when you're facing a team like Weldon Valley, you need full rest.
Well, and Weldon Valley got almost 5 hours of rest.
And this Warrior team is locked in when they're tired, and they're not really all that tired right now.
No, they're not tired right now.
Morgan Norris will step back with the serve. Norris will line it down the middle, popped up high and back row by Weingart. Set down the middle, Jan bangs it off the block of the net, popped up high. Edler will set far side for Jan, tipped over the block. Checked up by Morgan Norris. Cullison will turn and tip it down and in for a kill. That is Kendra Cullison's second and makes it 17-12. Morgan Norris will line the serve deep, too deep and out. Sammy Morgan will step back with the serve. She'll line it near side, popped up by Cavelli, back row. Norris sets it up, Eskew far side, big swing, fielded by Edler. Shoots that far side, Jan hammers it into the block of Eskew and down. Her third stuff block of the match, 18-13. And Kelsey Eskew takes the serve.
Kramer comes back in on the front line.
Short serve on the front row, popped up by Jan, bumps that far side, Pierce, big swing down the line, dug up back row by McCracken. Shoots that near side, Headley, off the block, stuffed down by Jess Taylor. Caliche's blocking game, 8 stuff blocks in this match.
Wow.
They had 14 against Otis in the semifinal. Line serve by Jan, far side, fielded by Cavelli for Weldon Valley. Set up for Cullison off the block. Ball popped up by Norris, and Cullison will free it off the block and down and in for a kill. 19-14 Weldon Valley.
Baseball analogy, that was the changeup right there.
And Cassie Headley, one of several seniors on this Warrior team, will take the serve. Headley will line it down the middle, popped up back row by Sammy Morgan, set it up, and Pierce will hammer it near side. Dug up back row by McCracken, far side, big swing. Cullison gets another kill. That's 4 kills, 3 in this third set, and Weldon Valley's 5 away.
The Warrior faithful starting to taste it over here.
Line serve will be played deep. Popped up back row by Sammy Morgan, set it up, and the flat free will be played deep by Pierce. Checked up high, back row by Headley. Short set, Kramer, punch near side, ball dug up high, back row. Set far side, Edler, big swing down and in for a kill. Rachel Edler, 6 kills to lead the Buffs. Kaylee Lewis, one of 2 Buff seniors, will check on. Lewis will line the ball near side. Popped up by McCracken, back row. Norris will set it up. Cullison with the swing, line near side. Miss dug. Another kill for Kendra Cullison. That's 5-4 here in the third. And Weldon Valley up 21-15, 4 points away. Cullison floats the serve down the middle, popped up by Lewis, back row. Lambrecht sets it up for Pierce. She'll punch it into the block of Krameyer. Dug over Krameyer with another stuff. Drops it down. 22-15. Cullison will fly the serve deep. Popped up back row by Hannah Yon. Shoots that far side. Edler off the block at the net. Dug up by McCracken. Set over by Norris. Ball popped up by Pierce. Lewis set far side. Edler tip over the block. Ball popped up by Cullison. At the net, the ball blocked down by Megan Pierce. Onto the floor will come Caitlin Staley as Taylor Weingart takes his serve for Caliche. Weingart lines the ball down the near side. Fielded by Cavelli, back row. Set up far side. Big hammer down and in. Rachel McCracken with 12. Weldon Valley within 2.
Now they're avoiding the Christmas rush. They're standing early.
Why not? Cavelli steps back with the serve. She'll top it down the middle. Popped up high, back row by Lewis. Shoots that far side. Sammy Morgan into the net. Championship point for Weldon Valley. 24-16. It's been since 2000 since the Weldon Valley Warriors brought home the gold ball. They got 8 cracks. Served by Cavelli. Clips the net cord. Down and in for an ace. And the Weldon Valley Warriors are your 2012 1A state volleyball champions, winning 25-20, 25-12, and 25-16. The Warriors victorious for the first time since 2000.
Wow.
No shame for this Caliche Buff team.
No.
An absolutely phenomenal tournament. The Weldon Valley Warriors get the victory, and they will get to hoist the gold ball. It's been a wonderful journey. I started my volleyball broadcast season with a matchup between Caliche and Weldon Valley on September 1st. I get to end it with a matchup between Caliche and Weldon Valley on November 10th, and the Warriors get to hoist the gold ball as state champs on the Class 1A side. Very deserving team are these Weldon Valley Warriors. 6 seniors have fought and clawed and just been so big of a part of this team for so many years. They have committed Weldon Valley to getting this volleyball program to the next level, and they got it here. The tears on the girls' eyes as Doherty's crowned 5A champ shows you what this means. So much emotion on this Warriors side, and you got to feel great that the Warriors are the champs.
And there it is. There's the gold ball. Hoisted live in the air, baby.
First time since 2000, the Weldon Valley Warriors are the state champions. They cry tears of joy. The Caliche Buffs are celebrating as second place champs. No tears on their side, Michael. They have absolutely put together a wonderful season, and they deserve all the credit in the world for how well they played too.
Watch out next year. They're young.
No doubt about that. This Warrior team is your 2012 state champions as they celebrate. That'll wrap up our broadcast on CHSAA.tv for Kaylani Kirschbaum and Kim Kirschbaum. On the graphics for Morgan Loaf up on the camera. He's Michael Murphy. I'm Ben Blecka. The Weldon Valley Warriors are your 2012 state volleyball champions.